guys, what's up? It's been a hot minute since I've done just like a sit down video. Everything has been like vlog style and everything. So I figured today would just be like a sit down type video. So today's video is going to be my stats video, basically. When I posted about a month ago all my college reactions, I got a couple, quite a few actually, comments asking what my stats were. I was kind of leery to do it in the first place. I don't know, I didn't want to like come off as like show-offy or something, even though a lot of my scores are just pretty average scores. So I figured I would show you guys all my different stats. Main purpose of this is to kind of show you that like you don't need like a perfect on like the SAT or the ACT to like get into really good colleges. A lot of it is like being involved, and especially when you go into writing your essay for college, like for your common application, like really like show your story and that kind of stuff. Like a lot of that, just everything comes into play. It's not just completely score based, but since a lot of you guys did want to know what my scores were, I figured I would tell you guys anyway. So yes, I have them all in a notebook because like I've said in one of my videos, I film on my phone, so I can't really just like look it up. But yeah, so I'm going to start with just like the regular testing scores, like the ACT and the SAT. I'll start with the SAT because I didn't actually take the SAT. I took the PSAT, which if you don't know what that is, it's just the pre-SAT. It's not just like the big normal standardized test. I just wanted to kind of see what I got. I didn't end up submitting it to any of my colleges just because it wasn't really the best, and it ended up being equally the same as what I got on my ACT, so I was like, I'll just do one or the other. I'm pretty positive that I got an 1150, but I could have also gotten a 1050. I can't remember. I tried looking through my phone because I remember I took a picture of it and I could not find the photo, and I can't remember my login or password or anything to go look at it, but I'm pretty positive it's an 1150. But yeah, that's just what I did for the first time that I took it. I never took it again, just because I found that neither the ACT or the SAT really were good for me. Personally, I'm not that great of a standardized test taker. I'm sure a lot of you out there can like vibe with me on that. Like it's difficult. You can't like really completely study for it. But yeah, so then I took the ACT and I started taking that my junior year. I would definitely advise for maybe during your sophomore year just to take a practice one so you can get a feel for it. Because it sucks. And so when we had it in February, which is like the one where our school like it's like the free one basically, where you don't have to like pay to go take it, that was the first time that I took it and I got a 24. So that was me going into it completely blind, no studying whatsoever. But yeah, then I took it later in the fall I took it during the summer actually. I think I took it in June or July, something like that, and I went up a point. I got a 25, and that's again with barely any studying. I think I very briefly studied the night of the test. And then in the fall, I did tutoring for about a month, which to be honest sounds like a long time, but it's not really long enough for standardized testing. And I ended up getting the same score, which was 25. I was kind of upset because you obviously pay for tutoring and everything, and I still got the same score. And I honestly thought that I was done for when I was applying to colleges. I was like, I can't make it into any. It's not like a 28 or above, because I was really shooting for like a 27, 28. And getting the same score just kind of bummed me out. But then like realizing later on, I just kept telling myself like, hey, your standardized testing score is not the only thing that defines you. And I hope that a lot of you guys out there, if you're like sophomores, juniors, anything, even like a senior or something like that, like definitely know it is not the only thing that defines you. There are so many other things that you can be involved in. So yeah, those were those. And then I'll move on to my GPA. I have my composite GPAs from 9th through 12th grade. I'm not completely done with my senior year yet, but they have like a rough estimate basically of what my GPA is going to be by the end of the year. It may go up, it may go down, who knows. Not that my 9th and 10th grade GPA really matters, But if you're younger and in those grades, I just figured I would tell them anyway. My freshman year was a fantastic year for me. I was in a lot of great classes and I had amazing teachers. And so my GPA ended up being a 4.1430. That's what it basically says, like where all my grades are. It's a lot of decimals, I know, but that's what my grade or my GPA was for my freshman year. And then my sophomore year, I got a 4.0540. So still a 4 point, just went down a little bit. I started to take just a little bit more difficult classes, and I'll get into that later. So yeah, and then my junior year, I was actually out for a good portion of it. I was out for about a month and a half at the very beginning of my junior year, and I'm not going to completely get into why. I could get into that in a separate video. But yeah, a lot of my grades were put as incomplete because I was gone for almost all of the first quarter, and so it's definitely hard to catch up like that. And so at the first semester, I remember I had like a 3.75, and then at the end of the second semester, I had a 4.5, and so somehow it evened out to just a straight 4.0. No random decimals, it was just a perfect 4.0. That's what I had at the end of my junior year, and then right now, as of senior year, I have a 4.0420. So yeah, that's what I have right now. I'm not mad about that whatsoever. But yeah, I'm happy with my GPA, and like I'm saying, like that does not match my ACT or SAT score whatsoever. So I think that's what colleges saw. And then my rank, there's 468 people in my class, and I don't know how exact this is right now, but the last time I checked, I was 74. So yeah, it's nothing like I'm not nearly in the top 10, anything like that. There's a lot of amazing students at my school, so it's definitely competitive to get up there. I just tell myself that as long as I'm in the top 100, that's good enough for me. I'm completely okay with that. But yeah, I'm 74 out of 468. Now I guess I'll get into my AP scores. I've taken 3 APs through my 4 years of high school. I haven't yet taken the AP test for the one I'm taking this year, so I'll just talk about that first. Right now, I only decided to take 1 AP this year, and that's AP Literature. So we haven't taken the test yet. It's not for a couple more weeks, but I figured I would just add it in because that's how many APs I've taken. And then last year, I took AP Language and Composition and then AP Psychology. So on the AP Lang test, I got a 3, which was completely surprising. I did not think I would pass. I kind of just took it for the fun of it, just to see if I could get a good score. But the prompts are really good, and the multiple choice just worked in my favor, so I think that's how I ended up actually passing it. So yeah, I got a 3 on that one, and then on the AP Psych one, I got a 4. My teacher really worked us on that test, so I think that's why I got a higher score than the AP Lang one. But yeah, and then as for honors classes, I've always been in honors English. In 9th and 10th grade, I did honors English, 9 and 10, and then I took AP Lang, and now I'm in AP Lit. So I've always done the honors path in English, and then last year I also took honors Chem. But yeah, other than that, all my other classes have been regular. Now, I think this is like the more fun part of it, and it's definitely, I think, what colleges look at as one of like the highest things, which is involvement, whether that's different like various clubs that you're in or like outside volunteering things that you do. So I am involved in quite a bit. At my school, I'm sure you're familiar with student council. We have something similar to that. We have a student council, I'm just not in it, but it's called Renaissance. It's one of these clubs that you have to apply to get into. We do like projects for every semester, so that's twice a year. And I applied to get into it for my junior year, and I got into it then, and I did like projects, and by projects I mean just things that like help out the community at our school and definitely like the city overall if you can. And And then I applied to be a Renaissance leader, which they only have 5 out of like 50-ish people in the club. And I got in as a leader, so that was pretty awesome. But yeah, and then I did track for 3 years. I didn't do it this year, but yeah, I was in track for 3 years, loved it very much. I was also in it for 2 years in middle school. I obviously didn't count that on my Common App just because that doesn't really have anything to do with it. For 2 years, I was in French club. I did French in 8th, 9th, and 10th grade. So obviously the 9th and 10th grade that I was at high school, I took French club. And then we have a school paper, and I'm an editor for it. There's only 4 of us. But yeah, I edit and I do all that kind of stuff, so it's a little bit of a higher position than just being a basic writer for the class. But it's basically, it's a senior only position, so I think that's why like it helps a little bit because it's already kind of a small class. And then I'm also in choir. I'm in the highest choir called senior choir. Now I don't do like the a cappella groups that are like off to the side. I'm just like in like our big choir that we have. And it's not like, it's called senior choir, but there's also sophomores and juniors and seniors. There's just like all the grades that are in there. But yeah, I'm in senior choir, and I did choir all 4 years of high school. And I also did it in middle school as well. And then I, last year, started a club. I was a, what's it called, like a co-leader, I guess, for Disney Club at my school. But yeah, and then on top of that, I am also in National Honor Society. I'm pretty sure all around it's only a junior senior type club. I didn't do it junior year, but I did do it senior year. And officially I've gotten all my hours done for that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure those are all like the stats, how I got into college, things that I have. If you have any other questions or things that I probably left out, you can just leave it as a comment below. But yeah, it's gonna be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.